You're enough. Hey there. I want to talk to you about something that's been weighing on my mind for years. This feeling that we're not enough. I've felt it too for most of my life. That constant pressure to be more, to be better, to be someone else. And it got to me. It got to me so badly that I started believing it. But I'm here to tell you something I wish someone had told me earlier. You are enough right now, just as you are. Growing up, I always felt like I wasn't doing things right, like I wasn't living up to expectations. Whether it was family, teachers, or even friends, there was always this pressure to be more. I wasn't the smartest kid in school. I didn't fit the mold people wanted me to fit. It was like I was always chasing something. Approval, recognition, a sense of belonging, but it felt out of reach. It hurt to look around and feel like everyone else had it figured out while I was still searching for where I belonged. But let me tell you something from the bottom of my heart. That voice in your head telling you you're not enough, it's wrong. I know now that I am enough, and so are you. Even in the darkest moments of my life, like when I was deployed in Afghanistan, I held on to my dreams. I remember one night during a particularly intense combat situation, I looked up at the stars. Rockets were flying overhead, everything was chaos, but in that moment, I thought about my dream of becoming a music producer. If I could hold on to my dreams through that, I know you can hold on to yours too. Because no matter what's happening around you or how hard things get, your worth doesn't change. I've been through a lot, losing the only woman I ever truly loved, struggling with work and self-worth, missing my shot at the state wrestling championships due to addiction. Each of these experiences shook me to my core. Losing her made me question everything about myself, my value, my worth, whether I was ever truly good enough for the person I loved. And work? Man, there was a time when I went through 10 or 20 jobs in a single year. Talk about not feeling like you're enough. I kept switching jobs, hoping that I'd find something where I could finally feel like I was good at what I did. But each time something would happen, whether it was not fitting in, not being able to meet someone's expectations, or simply feeling like I didn't belong. Then there was wrestling. I had the talent, I had the drive, but I had a drug problem I couldn't overcome. That addiction cost me my shot at the state championships, and it broke me. I questioned my worth because I let something I couldn't control at the time take away something I had worked so hard for. I felt crushed by the weight of not feeling enough. I'd see people around me accomplishing things, and I would feel smaller and smaller. I'd wonder, what's wrong with me? Why am I not good enough to get where they are? And that hurt deeply. But over time, and through some of the darkest moments in my life, I started to realize that I had been measuring myself by the wrong standards. I had been letting the world tell me what my worth was, and I was wrong to do that. There was no magic moment when everything changed. It took years for me to really believe I was enough. It took hitting rock bottom, living out of my car, having days where I had no idea where life was going to take me. But somewhere in all of that, I found a strength inside of me that I didn't even know was there. I started to realize that I didn't need to prove anything to anyone. That was never my purpose. I didn't need to be someone else's idea of enough. I just needed to be me. And that shift, though slow and painful, was the most powerful thing I've ever experienced. I want you to realize you don't have to prove anything. You don't need to chase someone else's version of success. Your value doesn't come from what you do, what you have, or how others see you. It comes from within. Even when I was at my lowest, I still found ways to give back. I remember times when I had $5 left in my account, and I would find a way to give $15 to someone else. I'd stop and give food to homeless people who really needed it. I've had people ask me, "Carl, why would you give the shirt off your back when you need that shirt yourself?" But I never let my situation define me. You see, Tony Robbins once said, "If you can't give a dime out of a dollar, who's to say you'll give 10,000 out of a million?" That stuck with me. Even when I have millions or billions, I'll still find a way to make a difference in people's lives because money is just a tool. It doesn't define who I am. I want to encourage you to embrace discomfort and reflect on your journey. View challenges as opportunities. When I was faced with tough situations, I always asked myself, what could come out of this? Are things actually working in my favor? Is this situation, as stressful as it is, setting me up for a field goal? This mindset has been powerful for me, and I hope you adopt it too. Remember, in your toughest times, it's an opportunity to see a setup for success. This is not the end of your story. You can change. It's possible. I'm praying for that. I know it's scary. I've been there. There were times when I didn't like looking in the mirror, when I felt like I was stuck and would never change. But I refused to give up, and I encourage you to do the same. Be resourceful. Use every ounce of your being, every person at your disposal, every resource provided. Whether it's government subsidies, food stamps, or borrowing a friend's car until you get your feet on the ground, do what you need to do to keep moving forward. Whether you're trying to overcome homelessness or invest in your next big opportunity, know there will always be challenges. But stay hopeful. You can redefine your life. I've had people tell me my music is no good, but I do it because it's therapeutic. Music isn't my only venture. I have many others like print on demand and affiliate marketing. But whatever you do it because it aligns with your values. That's how you win in life. Don't let anybody tell you different. You are enough just the way you are. Keep believing in yourself and redefining who you are. The journey is never over, even when you're at the top. Stay grounded, remember where you came from, and always find new ways to give back. And remember, it's okay to cry. It's okay to admit that you gave it your all and it wasn't enough. At least not yet. I've been there before, but my faith got me through. In those darkest moments when I didn't see any way out, I knew that if I just kept being who I am and believing, it would work out. So I want you to look in the mirror today and tell yourself that you are enough. I don't care what your situation is, whether you're struggling with money, relationships, or feeling lost. None of that changes your worth. You are enough because you're you. Your dreams, your desire to make a difference, they matter. The journey is never over. Even if you're at the top and doing well, keep finding new ways to give back, to stay grounded, to remember where you came from. And when you do achieve success, remember that it doesn't define you, because you know you could lose it at any moment, and what's left are the lessons you've learned and the people you've helped along the way. You've got this. I believe in you, and I hope that from this day forward, you'll believe in yourself too, because you are enough just the way you are. Don't let anybody ever tell you different. This is how I would go about it. How to win in life.